Shalom, this is Asar Batrala, Elias in camp. First and foremost, I will give our praise, honor, and glory to the Father and the Son in a proper true Hebrew tongue. Ka Alam La, Yahweh Bashmal Shah, Bashem, Harakak, Wadashmal Moth. Also, double on said the Apostle GMS, double on Samad as well. Ahara Basharala, peace be to one third, and Shake for elect. We're doing a quick little lesson going on Proverbs chapter 10 and 3, going into that slack. uh being slack, and basically someone that is slack is gonna be poor, and that's ultimately is spiritually. You got to put your hands on the plow. You have to go out in as a man. You got to testify, go on highways and byways, testify that the name of the Lord, tell this place is gonna be destroyed to whoever walk by, man, because our people look like everybody, man. Let's go for the speckled birds, Of course, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, but go out for this harvest, But because the labors are few, it's gonna be it's a great harvest, and we waiting for that fruit, summer fruit to be all the way done, which basically this place being destroyed and getting salvation, and that's coming soon. And harvest is now. Right now, we gotta gather laborers, you know. So I'm gonna get this Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. It says, "He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich." So come, man, when you constantly working, you constantly doing the work of the Lord, Yahweh Bashar, studying, you praying. Those are one of the most two important things that you can do, because even a believer can get saved after that. With the 1/3, if you study and you pray, and you have faith in the Most High Yahweh Bashar, because these coming times are very close. We're close to the end. It's gonna be some scary bumps, because hey, it's gotta happen. It's new, man. It's gonna be over to terrorists, man. There's gonna be famine in the sword and more pestilence. So what do you expect us to, we gonna feel it. We gonna feel it. But we're gonna be comforted that this place is gonna be destroyed. And so to work towards that, to work towards you knowing that you can possibly get salvation, that you can be one of the hopeful elect, that you can be saved to be one of the 1/3, is that you got to constantly pray and study. And if you're a man, you got to go on the highways and byways and study, and break down, give out the milk and break down the meat. It says, "He that gathers in summer is a wise son." So we ultimately, men, women, children that want the harvest, that want that completed fruit, that ripe fruit. They're they're the wise ones for being in the harvest and seeing it all the way to the end. But it says, "But he that sleepeth in the harvest is a son that causes shame." So come, man. For two-thirds of our people, they sleeping right now. They're asleep. It's a whole bunch of wisdom and knowledge to get from the Most High Yahweh by Shemashah right now, and they are asleep. That's going on for 2/3, man. 1/3 still got to wake up, and of course the hopeful elect. But mostly for the 2/3, this is their this is for them. They're asleep. They're not a wise son, and of course they're causing shame. And that shame is ultimately bringing you just sinning. You causing death upon yourself, and that's one of the reasons the Lord want to come back down to this place and destroy this place, because that shame that you put forth to yourself and to the nation of Israel. You want to be shameful and not be you don't want to be shameless, and you're not even what you call it, fearful of your shame. Then you gotta be done away with, you know. But so come, man. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna read it one more time. "He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame." So come, man, that's a foolish thing not to have this great spirit and use it, you know. because after this harvest is done away with, you got a basket of ripe fruit, summer fruit that you can hold. Being this salvation. Um, it'll be foolish not to take part of it. Very foolish, man. I want everything the Lord bring you, man. And if He bring you the good and the bad, I got to take it. Lord willing, He get me through it. Y'all wrote this up. This is Luke chapter 9, verse 62. It says, and Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. So come, man. If you have a slack hand, you're gonna be poor, and if you have a diligent hand, you're gonna be rich. Ultimately, them riches is the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh by Shemashah. And to be poor is not understanding that you're a king or a princess. And now we're in the Korean in the homo state. We're a prince, and our women and daughters, and women they're princesses. Malaka, was an exalted woman. A leader woman. You know, like like Esther or Ruth. Um, I'm gonna just read one more time. Luke chapter 9 verse 62. And Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. So that also goes for the ones that are doing that have stopped doing the work, and they look back to this world and everything. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. The Lord don't want you to look back. The Lord, dang well you shouldn't be looking back, because there's nothing there for you. This is the world. It's temporal and it's going to perish. It's going to perish very soon. Why would you even want to take your hands off the plow just to look back for even a half a second? That'd be very foolish, man. Because if you're diligently working, you don't got time to look back. You're gonna be focused on one thing and one thing only. You're gonna be focused on salvation and the kingdom of Yahweh. So come. And these are the riches that a diligent hand has. It said Proverbs chapter 8 verse 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be in. It's like it. All and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. So it's like it. And ultimately, wisdom is more. I think it's down here. No, it's not. But it's more valuable than choice silver or gold. It's the most valuable thing in the universe. The wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Bashima Shah. To look back from that and not want to keep that forever and ever, not want to use that to get to your goal, which is salvation. That'd be a very foolish thing. I want to have it. You're gonna be poor. You're gonna be very poor, like these heathens, like Esau, and two of our people. You're gonna be part of the 2/3 because you chose to take your hand off the plow. You chose to sleep during the harvest. You chose to not want to be a part of the harvest. And you don't want to take part of what summer is coming, because this is night. You don't want day to come. Then you part of them roaches that scatter when the light is off. This is Matthew chapter 9. Start at verse 37. It says, then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the labors are few. So kind, man, few are called. Many are called, few are chosen. You have many people that want to that want to find God. That want God in life, but they choose to not want the correct God. They want Jehovah and Yeshua. When the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Shah, goes back further, they might not want to acknowledge that and turn back and repent. So guess what? They're not going to be a part of the harvest. Because they don't want to be a part of the labor. They don't want to do the true work. They want to be on the backfield. They want to watch the laborers do what they're doing, and think their labor has no end to it, and has no goal or reward. That reward is gonna be that sweet fruit, that sweet that sweet summer harvest, um, and gathering in the summer. The daytime, not this night. The night where you don't get nothing done. You know. It says, verse 38, pray ye therefore the Lord of harvest that that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. He's sending laborers right now. We're doing the work of the laborers to get more laborers, man, to get more hands, more plow hands, so they can put their hand on the plow, and so we can get out of here, you know. This is Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So come on, man, these are great analogies. You know, laborers, plowmen, workermen. These are all to be compared to, men of the Lord. Even 1/3 that are just, just believe and have faith and study. They're good because they believe. Nonetheless, this analogy is very well for the prophets out today. They're going out on the highways and byways, uh, rightly dividing the word of truth. Correctly having the correct fruits. That's doing everything by the book. You would say, man, correctly. Sincerely and in truth. You know, so a diligent. Sorry, I'm gonna get it again. Shalagi, this is a Proverbs chapter 10. I'm gonna read verse 4 again. It says, he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand. So come, man. That poor being not having anything to do with Yahweh Messiah. You poor. You're a brokey, man. You're not trying to be with Yahweh. Then you better off, destroy it. Because it's nothing. There's nothing after this. You know, there's nothing you gonna get for your wickedness. You're only gonna get destruction and fire, man. All right, and it says, but the hand of the diligent make it rich. So kind, the hand of the diligent make it rich. Um, so you studying to show yourself approved. You put your hand on the plow, and you being diligent all the way to the end. You don't stop. You don't look back. Then you're gonna be rich at the end. You're gonna have a basket. You're gonna have salvation ultimately. It's wise of you to gather right now in the harvest and not sleep during the harvest. But yeah, that was a little lesson. Uh, y'all was edifying a little lesson with that. Shalom.